Okay, so quick review here of my goodness. I wonder that noise is going to be constant in the background. Maybe I'll turn my car on just so we don't have to hear that awful rickety noise because it is just, it's the oh my gosh, maybe I should. That is actually there we go. It's actually still making a noise, so it didn't make a difference. The Killer's Game, or actually I think it is The Killer's Game. It's nice. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's silly, right? This is a movie. This movie does not take itself seriously, I feel. But that's not. It's not a bad thing. It's good, right? It's little. It's not anything. So it's like got that. It's got a trope. I want to say it has a trope of sort of, he's good at killing. He's like too good, and even that Asian girl, she says like, "Oh, that guy's really good. Oh, that guy, you're like really good. Nobody can kill you." And Joe acknowledges that. He's like, yeah, because I was on the side. We're on the same side, so you couldn't kill me. But, yeah, no shit. I like how they fall in love, like, pretty quickly. So I guess maybe because he saved her, right, from being trampled. Because she was being trampled. She got her hand stamped on. Then she got her foot crushed. Like, she was having a bad... Because, he caused the commotion... and apparently it was opening night too. That's hilarious. It was opening night. This what was it? What's it called? This event, right? This event of what was I thinking in my head? It's opening night and this event that happens that occurs she's a dancer, right? She's a dancer and she's dancing there. Somebody's got to kill him. I like when this guy said, give me 10 seconds. He's like, what difference does 10 seconds make? And he's like, yeah, well, it's just, the dancing's really beautiful. It's something to behold. I really enjoy the sight. Just give me some 10 seconds. I think he kills him like mid-sentence or something. He doesn't even let him finish, or he kills him shortly thereafter. 10 seconds? Well, it's already been allotted. And then I like this henchman. I like that there's the one henchman. The woman runs past. She don't even alert. She just runs past, completely runs past. She's out of it. She's done. And this henchman that's there, fucking, what was I thinking in my head? It's kind of funny. The henchman that is there, what was I thinking? I was thinking of something. And it has, like, completely escaped me just now. I was thinking of something. The henchman. Yeah, the guy... Because I guess there's like police in there, and the police have guns, but they're like dressed like they're part of the venue. It's kind of funny, and we're in like Budapest, Hungary. Maybe it's a thing in Hungary. I don't know, but yeah, these two individuals. He kills one of them, but then the other guy. I like when he calls for backup and he approaches the door. He's about to open it, but then he blasts him through the door. It could like make sense, and then he panics. He realizes, like, I'm stuck on the top here. Well, let me just jump down. And he does that. The henchman guy jumps down. Then he aims back. I like how they executed this scene where he goes back to shoot at the backup, the cop that came to support, right, to provide backup. And that cop gets it, he gets it up on him, right? And he puts some bullets in him. He dies on stage. The first few, not even the first few, literally the first kill that we get, we see the fake blood. So we know right away, like, I guess that's an indicator that this movie's going to be silly, because when we get the guy's neck, like, slit, he puts his shoe there, and this guy walks up to the curtain, like, I'm gonna show this motherfucker, like, who do you think you trying to, like mean mug, or, like, why do you think you standing there? And, and of course, in, like, this nice, bloody fashion, this animated bloody fashion, it's kind of funny. There's, like, this, I guess probably the best, maybe kind of gory scene in the film is that Botas. Yeah, so they had like this really long introduction. I can see people saying this movie is kind of like it feels maybe it's like a Netflix movie. It's a movie that it made it to theaters, but it should have gone to streaming. Like, it just feels more streaming than theaters. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that you get the introduction to all these killers, and it's like John Wick. I think John Wick was the first. I don't know if it's the first movie. It's the first one that I saw that did this trope where what's it called? The assassin wants to leave, or they get a hit basically placed on them, and all these other assassins that are in the area immediately like show up to like execute the hit and shit. It's kind of like funny, you know, the dilemma of it all. And so with this film that we see, you know, the thing that we see with this movie is, what was I thinking in my head? And his name's Joe Flood. You know, he's got like, I mean, I'm not, his name to me sounds like it's meant to be comedic as well. His name's Flood, Joe Flood. Like, it's John Wick. I mean, I guess they wanted a name, you know, you got to give him a name that's like distinctive. I remember Frank Kitchen. That was another one. That was another movie. That movie was with, like, he gets gender reassignment surgery by force. He was also like good at killing people. That one was like super silly. This movie's silly. Oh my God, these movies are like, they follow this similar format of just being like silly, goofball kind of movies, don't they? But anyhow, what was I thinking in my head? I was thinking of something. What was I thinking of? Just thinking of something. What was I thinking? Oh my God, what was I? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. It kind of escaped me at the moment. It just sort of... Giving thought. The priest is funny. I like when he said, like, this is not fair. Like, they're destroying my church. Because, yeah, it was all calm. You obviously, you know somebody's in there. Because when they go in, there's, like, scaffolding all over the place. So it's already under renovations of some sort. But you see that there's candles lit. So, like, okay, there's, like, somebody in here. And then when I saw the priest, I thought, what is going to be, like, a twist? What are the odds? When this priest is, like, in on... He's an assassin, too. He just didn't take the hit. But, like, oh, he got this guy in the house, and he recognized him. He said, oh my God, there was a hit on that guy. It's, I like how the assassins, they do know each other. Because when we have the moments in the film where they meet Joe, they address him by name. Well, I mean, obviously, they know his name, but they address him like they have a history, and Joe acknowledges them, and he knows who they are. And so there's this established, you know, the film establishes that these assassins, because even in the John Wick, they kind of did the same thing, didn't they? They said, oh, Mr. Wick, how are you? And they're like, some of them, they're like sadistic people. They enjoy killing, which I guess makes sense if you do that type of work. But of course, our guy, he doesn't enjoy killing. He's not sadistic. But the ones there, well, I guess that's what makes sense, is it? If they're gonna go after him, then yeah, it only makes sense that it's because they enjoy killing. That only makes sense, does it? And that's why they're going after him. But yeah, it's just kind of funny because in this film, it's a similar trope that you've seen before. I texted a friend. I told him it's kind of romantic. It's like slightly romantic comedy. Well, I guess not. It is like romantic comedy. It's action, romance, because it got the love story, and then she like falls head over heels over him. Her friend tells her, like, it's kind of funny. This guy, like, you know, he got no family. Do you know what he does at work? You don't know his job. Like, he only got to leave every so often. And he tells her that, yeah, because when we see that when they're dating, I guess we have time. Basically, time elapses over, and we establish that with like scenes of him killing people and scenes of them having fun. I like his boss, mentor type guy. I like that he tells him, like, and he quotes Dolly Parton. He says to him, like, you should, you know, start living. You should start living. You working to live, when you need to start. Oh my God, I forgot what he said. If that, it's a Dolly Parton quote, and then there's like a Diana Ross quote in the film too. I guess they're meant to be sort of, you know, paying a little tribute, also meant to be kind of comedic. It's except when Terry Crews' character, I guess he has a supporting role because he lives, he doesn't die. But well, I guess the other guy has a supporting role too, Max. But like him, he's established as like a villain or something, so you just know like he has to die. You can't introduce him then have him not die. It just wouldn't be fair. He needs to die, right? What was I thinking in my head? I was thinking of something in my head, and it's kind of escaping me now. Everything's escaping me now with these kind of dilemma. I mean, it's a nice movie. I enjoyed it. It's nothing... Like I said, it's like a movie for streaming, it feels like. It's a film that, for me, kind of fits the... It's not meant to be taken seriously. You don't take this film seriously. And you know what? The other film, The Beekeeper, also had this kind of vibe to me. It's another film that, like, you don't take it seriously. It's kind of meant to be sort of silly. And it's a classic trope. You've seen it plenty of times. Actually, in the Beekeeper, I think he was already retired. Then he comes out of retirement to, like, he gets forced out of retirement. And of course, he's just too good. Nobody can kill him. That's the big point with the movies, right, of this nature. They're just too good. They're too fantastic. They can get a leg up you any type of way. You can never, put them down ever. They're just too good. He's just too good. Like Jarrett said in that video, he got that dog in him. What can I say? He's just too good at it. But no, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I like the James Brown music towards the end. There was another film that also put James Brown music towards the end. I think it was a horror. I think it was a horror film. I don't know. It just kind of fit. There's like something about putting like funk music to, like, I don't know, like a unsettling scene or like a closing scene or a fighting, like, just like it kind of like just vibes well. It just jived well, and it was kind of catchy. I was vibing with it. This movie, Dave Bautista, and I don't even know what her name is. Actually, anything I liked in particular, I don't quite recall. Besides his mentor, I liked his man. I like that he's, oh, I can't put a hit on you. You gotta go. And he goes, and then it's satisfying when they kill that bitch at the end. When the mentor he kills her. Because you're like, I want her to die too. I kind of hate her accent. I hate her speaking voice. It kind of reminds me of Ronnie Chen. Like, maybe she's Singaporean. She's got that Singaporean accent. And because I recall hearing, I didn't like Ronnie Chen's accent, right? And I learned, that there's a Singapore, they speak English, right? And there's a Singaporean English accent. And that accent that I was hearing, that's like, he's not making up his voice. That's how he actually speaks, as his natural speaking voice. And so with this lady, hearing her, how she talks, it's kind of like, you could hear it's like, it's not that she's Chinese and learned English, maybe. That could be a thing, but it also could just be a fact of, that's a Singaporean English accent. And that's what it sounds like. It sounds horrible. I'm sorry. It sounds so rude to say, but I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it, how it sounds. Yeah, this movie, it's okay. It's alright. It's like a streaming movie. It's like a cute kind of... It's an alright watch. Not bad. Although, you can't take it seriously. Like, it's just a silly film. That's my review. Thank you for watching.